It's 20 to 10. I sort of hope I don't wake everyone else up. I'll never stay. Ooh. Movie parts. We're nearly getting. Oh, it's hard to do that. It just doesn't feel natural. The shelves are nearly getting there. All of this stuff at the bottom, the Rodimus and all that, is all coming off. And I'm going to try and get some wood to put at the back of the shelf to lift all the seekers off. And I'm going to have all 5, not 6, only 5 of my seekers higher than everyone else. And then put possibly, and I think, all my Chugline stuff in there, and the submarine one, and all of the Hunt for the Decepticons, and I say all, as much as I can. You know shops. You know when you go to the shop and you need to buy some milk and some sugar and some bread and batteries and a new toothbrush and all that sort of stuff. Have you ever noticed that when you go to a shop, especially if it's one of the really big superstores, the first thing you walk around is the toy aisle? Tea. You walk in, and very cleverly, all the people at said shop have decided that as you walk in the doors, you're going to have cigarettes, someone to complain to when everything goes wrong, toy section, books. So you know every time you go shopping, you just automatically divert very quickly, so no one really notices because you're like 38 and should have grown out of this by now. But you do sort of walk around and just... anything new? And I hate it when there are children there, because I sort of walk over and I'm like, I'm buying this toy for my son, and then look through all of them like you really know sort of what you're looking for. Don't feel so bad when there's adults, only children. I think they're sort of looking at me like this. They're my toys, you please leave them alone. I don't like it. Anyway, you know how most of the time, 99% of the time, you sort of get there and you're like, because you've got one Ninja Turtle that you've already got there, sort of 2 weaponizer bumblebees. I would have one if it wasn't 35 quid, and like a Legends class Optimus or something like that, or one of those stupid masks, the Bumblebee from Transformers Prime. Sometimes, especially when you promised yourself you weren't going to purchase any more plastic crap because you'd already made a rather glorious masterpiece purchase. Oh my God. Sometimes there's just something nice. Yum, 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 yum. It's not a first edition. I'd say somewhat obviously, because you wouldn't expect to go in the Tesco's and find a first edition. I do buy my stuff from Tesco's. Every time I go to Mum and Dad's house, I tend to wander home via Tesco's. Petrol, because normally the price is quite good, and go and have just a quick kind of check if there's any children about first. No, and when it's safe, and it only looks like there's a mum that knows that I'll be buying it for my non-existent child, I can go in and have a look. And now, the other thing I will point out recently, I did my Battle Ops Bumblebee thing, which wasn't about Battle Ops Bumblebee. I was over the moon to have to play with it for a little while. I must give it back shortly. But I did lots and lots of waffle. Like this. And then the review was shocking. So I'm going to actually talk you through the toy. Now, firstly, I'll do an overview, a glossary. Not too bad on the way of robot parts, because I don't think there's anything that's really identical as a foot or a hand or anything. Can't see the putties from the side, unlike the new Beast Hunters one. I do, however, adore the new Beast Hunters one. I am a bit of a Bulkhead fan, so I'm certainly not going to get in before the Dragon Boss, though. oh, it's just, and one of them's a woman, a girly bot, and the girly bot is the ugliest out of all of them. I like the backwardsness on that. I like that they've taken something ghastly and gone, that's a woman. But you know, when she talks, she'd sound like Howard's mum off of Big Bang Theory. So I'm going to try and... He's lovely. He's a bit sort of full of junk here, so we're going to call that kibble. It's kind of in the way, and it kind of shouldn't be there. But aside from that, he's all filled in at the sides. You can see that that's a panel, and that's his door panel. This is his gun thing that comes off. It's hollow and unspectacular, and could do with a little bit of dry brushing. If I get on the Raymondo front, he looks nice from the front. He's got good paint detail. His little headlamps come out quite well, which is really nice. He's got like the extra green here and the silver here, and he's got rather nice wheels. But they could do with it again. Do with a dry brush. They could do with being silver in the middle, if I'm honest. But I certainly shan't be going to any of those lengths. But he's really good. He scales very well with everybody else. He's very satisfying to play with, aside from the one thing that's not correct, which is why I still must have a first edition one day. I just, you know, when something's in front of you and it wasn't even on sale or anything. I don't know if he's worth the money that he costs. He's £22. I don't think he's 22 quid. I think he's sort of £18.99, if that makes sense. What do I know? He folds together very well. So we're going to take the back section, lift it up, take the back section, lift it up. This is the problem. We'll get onto it. Take the arms like that and just pull. Oh, I'm doing it wrong already. Do you know Diantis 02, the one that was horrible to everybody for a little while? He actually put on the video about the Bumblebee thing. I think that's what I was talking about. Really enjoyed the waffle. The review was disappointing. So trying to do something better. Take the fisties. Okay, take the fisties and you pull everything up. Okay, and you're just going to straighten that out. And as you can see, that's already become arms. It's got this really nice sort of spring-loaded shizzle going on inside. In the holes, I think you can see it a little bit on my shit cam. Look, he's got all detail inside his arms, and that's transparent with sort of silver bits going. I like that. Pull the fisties out. Okay, and then we're going to take. Oh, let's do it all in turn, Dave. You're going to take the doors, and you pull the doors. Let me do it so you can see it. Take the doors. Pull the bottom of the door so it's going to come forward. I'll tell you what, let's just pull stuff apart for the moment, shall we? Take the wheels, pull. Take the wheels, pull. Now you're getting rid of all the crud, okay? So you're just going to pull that out flat like that. As most robots, you're just going to explode it into as big as it can be and then put it back together again. So then you take this little turny bit here, and that goes down like that, that goes like that, and that goes like that. Very sexy indeed. This is actually a horrific cheat, and I'm also going to paint again, because what you need to do is take the leg and turn the leg round. Don't let the ball joints move, don't let the black ball joint move, just spin the actual leg itself, put it back together. Because, and somewhat disappointingly, the big black plastic tyres are the inside of his legs, and these horrible fake green ones here are the outside. I don't know whether to take a paintbrush to it or to mask it up and get my airbrush out and make it look really good. Probably the latter of the two, because I'm a bit of a junkie like that. But it needs doing. It's just, that's a bit cack, isn't it? So what you do is you're going to take the foot section there, and you're going to put your foot on the, not foot, finger, but you've got to push. There we go. It's quite tough when it's in place, but you take that and you've got to push that all the way around, and then you've got to take his toe, which is his heel there as well, pull all of that and pull it up so it clicks into place, and that gives you the front of his feet. So we'll do that on the other one. And this is the bit I can't do. There we go, that. Turn all that around like that. So now we got 2 feeties, 1 and 2. Usually you would fold the whole front of the bonnet down, but the bonnet kind of stays where it is, which is part of why I like it so much. But then you tilt this, the actual hood, like that down, and then you fold, can you see fold the license plate up like that, and you bring his crotch plate down, which means you can see that he's going to stand sort of like that as opposed to like that and lean back. Does that make any sense? Got an email? No, I don't. Just someone in Amazon. You're going to then put that back down. No, you're not. Can you see in here you got the tops of what would have been the back windows? Release them like that. Then you can see that their front door is released now. So you lift the front doors out because you need to put the bonnet down for the doors to go, which I've only just realised. Don't think I knew about that before. Again, review was poor. And just tuck them in front like that to give him boobies, which is just really good because they angle. They're on this. Can you see? They do that. Well, you can't see from there. They do that. They go up and down. So then you can, when you want to angle him, you just lift it up, push it all in. Gives him a tum-tum. Then you've got to take these bits here, which were the back windows, and then they go straight out and straight out, and then you sort of turn it all upside down on the ball joint, which gives you shoulders. Black Autobot in shoulders, because there's a nice big Autobot logo, which I'm sure actual Bulkhead never had. So then you're going to take the arms, pull the arms all the way to the sides, push them forwards. They don't click as such, but you definitely know when they're in place. So that's more or less it. You take this at the back and you fold that down, which gives him a nice convincing back section. So all you've got to do now is, you can see there's a tab on there. There. Just pull the tab, and this doesn't work because it gets stuck. What you tend to need to do is open up the back section and turn his head a bit like that, and then pull it out. It doesn't come out when it's straight. It's very, very annoying. Fold the back down, and now you've got Bulkhead. Review of robot mode. Size-wise, it's pretty spot on. Now, I love this thing enough that out of all of my primes, he still sits right at the front. And that's about right, I would say. I'd say that's pretty much in scale, which is great because it's been a long time since we've really had a scale line. I think the prime line's very good. Not arachnid. Oh no. He's in scale. His little jaw will move. Oops, it goes up and down actually, because it's on this sort of spring thing, so it does that. It doesn't look particularly convincing, but it's okay. His face sculpt is nice. He's got little blue eyes. He's got light piping. I've not noticed his light piping. Anyone who knows my channel knows that I'm a sucker for some light piping. Darth Vader, lights in his feet. Oh, that's pitiful. Disgusting. 4 out of 10. Actually, 2 out of 10. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. It doesn't work. You've painted it over. You fucking horrible people. He looks like Bulkhead. He just really looks. His leg proportions, his window tits, or rather his front door tits. He looks like Bulkhead. The only problem, Bulkhead didn't have wings. And unfortunately, just that logic on his own, Bulkhead didn't have wings is going to cost me the 60 odd quid it's going to take to get a first edition one, and then he will get donated or he'll just sit in a box somewhere. But yeah, he's got these wings on the back. Bit of a shame. You can see his tail lights, you can see all the lovely detail, you can see his arms. Let's do it. At the shoulder, he will go backwards and forwards. He will go up and down. He has a swivel there to show him off, which is the wrong way round at the moment. He has another swivel between the grey bit and the green bit, which will turn over like that. He has gorilla arms, unfortunately. And that's not working properly, and I can't work out why. There. There. So his hands, I just don't like the way his hands tend to sit on there. He will go up like that. It looks a bit cumbersome because his wrists are always, just stand up, knobber. His wrists are like that. So there's his arm. So instead of being out, I hate this camera angle for this, like that to shoot. It's like that. It's not good. It is a common curse, and lots of toys have had it. It's just not good. He will go forwards and backwards at the hip. He will turn at the top of the hip. He will bend at the knee, and that's about it. What he will do slightly is, if you pose him, is the foot will go up and down a bit, but that's mainly due to the transformation and nothing else. However, he's great fun. He's really good fun. You know, sometimes you transform it and it takes a little bit of working out, but you don't want to read the instructions because I'm a fucking man and I don't read instructions. It took me about 20 minutes to sit and work him out. But I just had to smile the whole time while I was doing it. It was great. It's uncomplicated plastic crack joy. It's a bit like Hound from Classics. Beautiful. Anyway, this has been SMS number 1. Not particularly waffling hugely, although it is 17 minutes to talk about a voyage. Oh, fuck. Quick, run away! Everybody should get one of these. They're great. Oh, got 2 gigs next month. Yes!